At this, y'all gonna have to give me a little grace this morning. Welcome to our first economic development committee meeting. My name's Drew Eccles.
Mr. Chairman, that has economic development and tourism.
Thank you, Ms. Vice Chair, for Frank and I didn't know how to spell tourism going into the off season, and we got beat in the head pretty hard with it. I appreciated having my good friend with me, traveling the state and learning all that. But we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to call the meeting to order. And Mr. Vice Chairman, do you mind opening us up in a word of prayer this morning?
Be glad to, Mr. Chairman. Dear Lord, we come to you with the open minds and open hearts. We'd like to make sure that we're doing the work of the people of Georgia. We do want to make sure that we include tourism in our efforts, because we know economic development makes the state move, makes everything better in our state. We hope that you'll use our service to your betterment, these names and these ideals we put in your name. Thank you, God. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chairman. We got a couple bills this morning that we're going to go through and try to get them through committee, get a good vote on them, and get them through. Glad everybody showed up to this 8 a.m., but I do want to take just a second. And if you don't have a bingo card, we've got some bingo cards. Everybody should have one in your folder up here on the committee. But if you want a really cool bingo card, they're up here on the front next to where our presenters will be, all in honor of our good friend, Representative Powell, Chairman Powell. So, Representative, if you come up and talk to us about your bill this morning. I think it came out of committee last year. Give us a little refresher. We've all slept since then. We'll try to get you on your way.
Well, I thank you, Mr. Chairman, and honorable committee members, and thank you so much for not having this 6 o'clock meeting. I think that was the last Senate committee I was in last year at that time of the day. And let's see, I bring to you today House Bill 455, bingo bill. Just a short preference to it. Georgia only has 2 forms of legalized gambling. One is a lottery and the other is bingo. Bingo is very specific that it's got to be handled. This can only be granted to not-for-profit organizations where the revenues go to a not-for-profit for a not-for-profit organization. Hope y'all don't mind me standing. It's not out of anything other than the fact that I got titanium knees and they ain't thawed out yet this morning. So these folks that do the bingo for charitable causes, and this is, quite frankly, they call this the cloister bill. And it doesn't only affect them, but we do have some other not-for-profits, a lot of the fraternal and military organizations that do bingo to give back to the community and things like that. So it affects all these folks. But our bingo statutes have been sort of antiquated for a number of years. I'll tell you a real quick story about the cloister. The cloister's been having bingo since the 1930s. Well known for visitors down there. It's a recreational activity, and they have quite a fund down there that goes to a lot of the charitable organizations down on the coast. And what they've done, they've realized that it's time to upgrade something that would help them. If you look through the bill, there's just a few minor changes to it. If you look on line 46, we're allowing them, instead of a single location, to have multiple locations. The purpose of that is they have these bingo games in the ballroom there at the cloister, and they want to be able to do them in other locations. It's such a busy facility. Sometimes the ballrooms are filled. They might want to move it to another ballroom or over to the club over at the ocean front and things like that. Currently, they can have 1 bingo session per day. We're allowing them to go to 3 bingo sessions a day, not more than 5 hours per session. They're so popular. If any of y'all has had the honor and the pleasure of going to the cloister of these, you know, you can't get in a ballroom. That's how popular these things are. And they like to break these apart so they can have up to 3 a day, not to exceed 5 hours per. We're raising the prizes from $3,000 to $6,000 in a calendar week. So that means if they have 3 sessions, then they can't do more than, probably won't do more than $2,000 per session. So that kind of puts a limit on that because they're restricted to the $6,000 in a week. And when you put that into days, that kind of puts a stifling on that. And then if you look for the last page, starting on line 70 and then on 77, they've been restricted to paying $30. And it's reached a point with inflation and all, because they use professional auctioneers and bockers that do this stuff, and they can't get them at $30. So they want to be able to pay these people who run the bingo and help them up to $150 a day. Quite a simple bill, and I would certainly appreciate your consideration. I'll stand for questions.
Go ahead, Mr. Vice Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I got a great state representative here, said I think he's one of our more esteemed senior members over in the House, and he happens to be in front of us this morning. I like to sell Rotary raffle tickets. Does that have anything to do with bingo?
No,
No,
it doesn't.
you go
Even though
ahead.
technically, those raffle tickets might be considered a violation, but not where we come from.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Said
It goes to a worthy cause.
and I know you've been a loyal purchaser of those raffle tickets. I just want to make sure that I'm not outlawing selling them a handicap ramp.
I just appreciate if I ever win that $10,000 purse again, that y'all don't file a 1099 on me.
Said y'all did hear him. Said I win it again. I congratulate him. He gave $10,000 to his grandkids.
Yeah, he hadn't told the other part of that story. I gave that money to my grandchildren for the scholarship, and then I got a 1099 at the end of the year, and I had to pay taxes on it. So, there you go.
You did that with grace, and I appreciate it.
Of course, he get.
With gravel in my mouth.
But we appreciate it, Mr. Chairman, and I do like your bill. So I get
Thank you.
1 X on your bingo card over here.
Very good.
Go ahead, Sam.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, as you presented the bill, you indicated there are only 2 forms of gambling, is that right?
That's correct.
So that would be the lottery and bingo?
That's correct.
How do you classify co-am?
Well, the courts, I can only say what the courts have described. Co-am, the gambling is considered the paying out of cash. That's the reason that these, the locations in past years and probably currently, if they're caught paying out cash, then they're in violation of commercial gambling.
Well, is it not true, Mr. Chairman, that they're currently paying out Visa cards?
No,
Are they're
not currently.
Not currently. All right, then
Currently, they
enlighten me,
will.
please.
Hopefully, they will in July the 1st. We're moving the co-am division so that they're paying out gift cards. Right now, you can, if somebody wins on a co-am machine, they can trade it for merchandise in a store.
That's correct.
They can trade it for other lottery, for more lottery tickets and all of that, or they can get a gift card. And you've seen, like, if you go to some of the stores like Walmart, you'll see a board of gift cards from everything from a Cracker Barrel to somewhere else. They can pay them in that, but the prohibition is you cannot pay cash. Courts have described that that's considered gambling. And we're moving to, thanks to the House and the Senate 2 years ago. This coming July the 1st, then it goes to the one thing that you can only pay out 3 ways. One is redemption for lottery tickets, in-store redemption, and a gift card. So we're moving to the non-cash payable gift cards that could be downloaded.
In the
Hopefully,
infamous,
hopefully as a secondary to that.
just quick follow-up. In the infamous words of Yogi Berra, they give you money or they give you cash. It's the same thing. So I can have cash or I can have a gift card. It still has the same value. Is that not true?
Well, I don't know. Yogi's not with us, but,
Not anymore.
Yeah.
We lost a giant.
right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah. As a secondary answer to that, I will also tell you one of the things that we're promoting is that when we go to the gift cards, and I've said this from the floor of the House, any store, any location that pays out cash is too stupid to be in business. The way the mechanism works today is that every one of those machines, if they're a legally licensed machine, they're tethered by communications devices back to the lottery so they can see what these machines are doing. That's how we're getting the revenue from them. Now, other than that, people in Georgia, you know, and I know that it's been tough to put a constitutional amendment up for gambling. And I've been a promoter of it for one and only one cause, that money needs to go to something that benefits every Georgia citizen. And in my mind, that would be health care. As all you distinguished senators know, that's one area in Georgia that we've never had enough money, past, present, or in the future. It benefits every Georgia across partisan lines, gender, race, and everything else. The lottery doesn't need any more money. They've got tons of shortfall reserve funds over there. So that's just and I'm not encouraging you to amend this bill, by the way.
I share your interest in making sure that any gaming of any kind is legally conducted in Georgia.
It would tell you something about the good folks of Georgia that play those machines.
Thank you.
If 13% of that money that goes into those machines is paid out, has raised over $200 million last year to the lottery. Folks in Georgia must like to game, must like to play games.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Hodges?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Since this bill's about bingo and not co-am, can I make a motion?
Yes, sir.
I move do pass on House Bill 455.
Got a motion?
Second.
Got a second? All in favor? Raise your hand. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and Senator Brass, Chairman Brass is going to be handling this bill.
Well, I wanted to make the co-am point.
I'll get you a raffle ticket.
Co-am returns.
I'm waiting for it.
The lottery returns 26.
Oh, I know.
I'm gonna get Mike one
We do
too.
understand that.
Did I miss anything?
I'm sure there'll be a big discussion about
So you
that.
just chose not to. If you wanted to, you public testimony.
I'm afraid I missed him.
No.
I think so. The vote passed unanimously, right? Can you double check? Okay.
Yes. All right, now we've got SB 420. I'm going to present that right quick. I'm going to let Vice Chairman Ginn hopefully not treat me like a pinata. Mr. Vice Chairman, you want me to go up there or you want me to do it here? I don't care.
You're the chairman. You
I don't
stay
know how
right
this
here where
works.
you
I don't
are.
know how this works. Okay.
I think
Okay.
you're doing fine. We're gonna coach you up.
Hopefully get this done. Maybe by the time session's over with, I'll be decent at this. So, committee, we're going to be looking at LC 443323. And what this bill does, it passed last year. The House and the Senate then got a little language on raw milk put on it, and when it came back to the Senate, we didn't agree with that, so we started this over, and there's a couple changes, but what this bill does, recreational saltwater fishing, as most of y'all know, is huge in the state of Georgia. $300 million per year in economic impact, over 3,000 jobs. Since 2006, many federal species have been managed under catch limits, meaning every fish must be caught and accounted for via survey. This is very difficult. We're not getting very accurate data. There's no silver bullets when it comes to this issue. The feds are, in some cases, very hard to deal with. Last year, we stepped into the gap and we funded additional personnel for DNR. Now what we're looking to do is require anglers who land any of 9 federal species to purchase an endorsement. DNR will accurately define how these anglers pursue these species, and when combined with increased dockside interviews, will improve our catch estimates. some of the bill. It also talks about allows the department to require reporting if it determines mandatory reporting to be a better method than the current survey methodology. Red snapper's the big one. Florida has their, Florida's managing their own. They have multiple days. The season's been extended in Georgia. We're kind of, for lack of better terms, all over the place with it. A little bit of season here, a little bit of season there, and I look at this as an opportunity to get an issue out of the Fed's hands and into our hands. That's the way I look at it. I think we can manage our resources better than the federal government has. There's a lot of details in this bill, but to me, it just boils down to that. What would be local control, and I trust our DNR more than I trust anything out of Washington, D.C. Also, there's a couple sections of the bill that the last section deals with just simple rules that the DNR board has made over the past year, and this would, in any other circumstance, these would probably end up in another agency bill, but we had an opportunity to put these together and hopefully get this across the finish line. We have the commissioner and deputy commissioner here. Would you guys like to speak on behalf of the bill?
I think you did a great job of laying out what the bill is. If we have any technical questions, we have our Coastal Resources Division Director that's very familiar with the bill and the language, if there are questions.
You run it. You run it.
Well, you've done a good
Oh,
job,
so-
Mr. Chairman. The, one thing I do notice in the bill, on lines 31 and 32, it talks about the fees that are collected, go back to the department.
Okay.
I said, do we do that with any other fees that are collected by the department for hunting or fishing purposes?
Park pass fees come back to our agency
Okay.
for maintenance on our parks. Other than that, no.
Okay. And on the last page, on line 58, it's talking about January 1, 2026. Expound on that to me. Said because that's retroactive for us. And do we need to? Is there something? I'm just looking at that date. Kind of jumped out at me.
That, as the chairman said, this bill circulated last year. We were in hopes of getting that done, so we would be open if you want to change the date.
Well, it had a strike through from 2025 to 2026. I'm just wondering, do we need to update that again, or if you?
So I believe that's in reference to any of the rules or regulations that the board would have promulgated in the past year. So it just codifies and updates the year. So any rules that were passed last year would be codified into law beginning.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. And the Senator Bearden said that. Would y'all mind coming up to the microphone so everybody else can hear you? This I know there's a big time TV audience out there.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So those years are just codifying any rules or regs that would have been passed by the Board of Natural Resources last year and bringing them into law for starting in 2026. So each year we do like to update that year to encompass any rules or regs that would have been passed in the previous year.
I'm not going to pull an Alexander Haig here, Mr. Chairman. You're still in charge, so you're running the meeting. You go ahead and call on Senator Bearden or whatever you want to do. You just testifying about the bill.
Trevor, if you don't mind, sign that just for the record, please. What number are you? Okay, Senator Bearden.
Mr. Chairman, I had a question. Since occasionally you can take it, or not occasionally, you take a boat out deep sea fishing from Sea Island, can you have a bingo card on the boat that will talk about the different species of fish you catch and have a bingo win?
Let me get my bingo card back out. I think we got two on that one. It was a funny.
That's over my pay grade.
Just want to check, so
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I had to try to get the check on it.
Trifecta.
Yeah.
Do we have any other questions?
Mr. Chairman.
Do we have anybody else that wants to speak to the bill? Okay, we have a,
Move to pass.
all in favor, say aye. Thank you.
Ms. Anderson?
Thank you, Senator Anderson.
It passes.
I'm sorry, that was a little bit painful, but we got done in, how many minutes? 23 minutes. A little bit painful. I'll get better, I promise, and we'll get some J. Moore fried pies in here at the next one.
Do you want Mike Griffin to testify or no? You can.
Does he want to? Mr. Griffin, do you want to testify? I'm sorry about, okay, all right, I'm sorry about that earlier. All right, well, with that, we stand adjourned. Thank you, guys.